What up, YouTube? Darth Dove here. This video is about the bugginess of Bedrock Redstone. This here really has nothing to do with it. Well, maybe it has nothing to do with it. It's a monstrosity of a thing. It's my my next project. I hope to do it today, but I just can't get this figured out. So I got the block swapper in there, and I've got the open and close lever for the door. It should be just a simple matter of connecting the two, but every time I connect them, doesn't matter what I do with the timing. I've done a lot. Just doesn't matter what, it doesn't want to work. Doubt that's redstone glitchiness. I'll bet that's just I suck with piston doors. But that's beside the point. That's not what this video is about. So when I was making my ATM here, what was going on, I was adding it piecemeal, one piece at a time. So I had designed this over here, which is the card reader assembly, and I just placed it here, and I started putting my user interface right where I knew it would need to be, and I put in my RAM and my combination and all that there, and everything was working just fine. I put in my bus, ran it up here to address the RAM. Everything worked fine. I put in my started figuring out where I was going to put my my minecart assemblies, and I found a spot, and I started putting those in. And as I was troubleshooting them, I found an issue along one of these. So I got, when this line turned on, this torch did not turn off, and that was an issue because that determined which rails were set so the car wouldn't go to the right place, and it was just no good. But no matter what I did, it seemed like that would always be there unless I left this torch there. So I went ahead and put a torch on all of them. It was only happening on one, and it would be the same one every time. But putting a torch on all of them, and I have two assemblies, so I did it on all of those too, seemed to work. So I set it up, everything was working good, and then I ran the lines over to function them, and then this one stopped working. Now this is my bus out, and because this one stopped working, it only affected certain accounts, because every other account does not use that line. And so it didn't need, none of these really needed a torch, but this block just was not accepting power from the redstone behind it. This was not lit, but that was. Only thing I can guess is that sometimes the sides of these blocks, when you've got too much redstone around, the sides of the blocks probably aren't red unless there's something that changes state on top, is my guess. So I just go with a torch. Now when I got all that finished, I went ahead and started going through everything, and everything was good. Okay, and I decided I was going to make this video, and I was going to film the glitchiness of this thing. So I was going to come down here and fix this all up the way it was before, you know, take all these torches off, and then go down to my bus and, you know, replace those, take the torches off, and just make these regular blocks. Halfway through, something happened. I don't remember. It was in the house, and I got a chance to film something else. Yeah, I got a chance to film the function of this thing. So I went ahead and replaced everything, put it back the way it was so it could work again, and something wasn't firing right for my RAM. It was this right here, and combinations weren't being changed. So I went through and I adjusted the timing of the repeaters, even adding some, and then it worked again. one time, and then it stopped working after one of them. It was good timed on one of these back ones, but then when I tried the front one, the timing was off and it wouldn't work again. So I went and changed it back to the original wiring, and it worked just fine. So what I'm proposing is that all the actual bugginess in the redstone has to do with how large your redstone build is. Once I started getting to a critical mass, it seemed like every little change affected something. Eventually, by troubleshooting what you've got, you will be able to come to something that works just fine. But if you go in and fiddle with some of the redstone somewhere, you may create another bug somewhere else and have to troubleshoot it. Just a warning to anyone willing to spend a lot of time on large projects in Bedrock right now. That's something you will have to deal with. It's not impossible. It's just something that you have to keep an eye on. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, well, what are you waiting for? It's as good a time as any. I have the playlists set up to make it easy to find what videos you might like, though most of my video content does have to do with redstone. I have some older farms that still work quite well in Bedrock. It's been real. Peace.